Hello and welcome. Keep your hand in your skirt. My name is Sabrina. I am here today to talk about rock bottom. When you hit rock bottom, how to rewire it or rebirth it or reprogram it so you can get some movement. This is a great topic because there are areas in your life where I know we all have this experience where something just feels stuck. Something's just not working. Something that we've been putting our focus on, we've been putting our attention on, and it is one step forward, two steps backwards. It is just a repetitive, stuck, stagnant, not moving forward energy. What can you do about it? So I would like to share a story with you that happened to me yesterday. Well, it's actually been about a year story, but yesterday I hit what my friend said is rock bottom. She said she heard in my voice, I was just defeated. I was like, I surrender. As clever as I think I am and as a great problem solver as I try to be, I was just done. And she said I had so much defeat in my voice and I was ready to throw in the towel. So rock bottom, that sounds pretty dramatic, but energetically we can have those moments, those phases where we just feel so stuck. We're just ready to throw in the towel. So let me tell you the backstory. A year ago, I was inspired to open up. I own a massage therapy business. And a year ago, I was inspired to open up another branch at this location that's about an hour and a half from me. And it was such an inspired action, right? It was so inspired that I had to say yes. Now, I've thought about opening up this branch over the years, right? I've had my business for 27 years, 28 years. So I've had it a really long time, and I've never had the hit to open up a branch at that location, even though it would have made sense, right? But last summer, I got the hit. Like, yes, 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 yes. And I trust, when I get a hit, I trust my body. It didn't really make sense. There was a lot of reasons it didn't make any sense, but I trusted the hit. So I created this business, and right away, there were some challenges. Some things, right, which when you have a business and you add on to your business, there's challenges. That's part of, business maturity. Like if you want to be a business owner, it's really important to have business maturity, which means you need to anticipate and expect problems so they don't rattle you, and then you can rise to the challenge and you can continue to move forward. Right? It's all about moving forward. So, where's the story going to go? Okay, let's fast forward. So anyway, there was challenges, but then when it all got said and done, it was exciting. I was really proud of it. I was like, I really trusted. I trusted my heart. I trusted, yes, these challenges, it's worth it. Now forward movement. Well, it's almost been a year since we opened, and I have never seen such a repetitive, stuck problem. Like this, I have worked with so many different people, and they continue to have the same dominant vibration. So when you keep working with people and they keep showing you the same vibration, it's a good time to self-reflect. It's a good time to say, what am I doing that I keep creating these working relationships that this same dynamic keeps happening over and over and over and over again? And so what is happening, I work with people, invest the time and energy, everything gets ready, and then stuff happens and the people at the last minute say they can't cover their shifts. I'm having to call and cancel appointments on a regular basis. I'm having to give away free sessions on a regular basis. Like it is like repetitive, like it didn't just happen with one person or two people or three people or four people, right? So I thought I had finally figured out a way to resolve it. With this last person I hired, I thought okay, I've got a new pattern. This is it. And yesterday, the same damn thing. So I was like, you know what? Maybe this business is not meant to be. Maybe when the contract ends, my lease ends, maybe I'll just cancel it. Maybe I'll try to sell it. Maybe it wants to be something else. Who knows? But yesterday I'm like, I'm just going to take the loss. I'm just going to take the loss. The emotional energy that I put into this business that is not profitable has been exhausting. And so I'm like, I'm done, right? So I was talking to my friend yesterday, and she's like, yeah, your voice sounded like you were just so defeated. And I think sometimes when you can just let go and surrender, that opens the space up, right? Because I'm such a good problem solver, and you're probably a really good problem solver. So if there's something, a continual pattern that you have, a continual thing that you continually keep repeating and repeating, like even if you're a really good problem solver, even if you're really good at strategy, like there's just something congested about the energy. And we know everything is energy, right? It doesn't matter whether it's a business, it doesn't matter what the topic is. When energy gets congested and stuck, it won't move forward, no matter like how good you are at problem solving, right? So just to get to that place, that spot where you surrender. And just like, what's your worst case scenario? Worst case scenario, I lost money, I lost time. Worst case scenario, that's it. Like, it just didn't unfold. Best case scenario, I learned a lot. I grew a lot. I got a lot of things that I really like from the location of the business. I've met some really great people along the way. I've had some, great meetings, soul family. So that's really good. Worst case scenario, it's a loss. It didn't work. I don't know why my heart wanted to do it, but I can surrender. Maybe it just changed my set point on a certain area. Maybe that's all it was meant to do, and that's okay. And that's okay. So if you have something you're stuck on, just even introducing the idea of just giving up on it, surrendering to it. I'm not saying you have to surrender to it, but it changes the energy when you're just ready to say, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not gonna, it's not worth it for me to keep, exerting so much energy and so much money into something that is not making a return and not making a profit, right? So just, that was the space. So then this morning I get this hit of like, oh, well, maybe I've been like, in my mind, the city of this location is like a budget location in my mind, and I'm aware that I'm projecting like budget consciousness at that location. And I thought, you know what, why don't I just change everything? Why don't I raise the prices, get people in that are more experienced? And what happens if I just try to veer it the other way? Or what happens if I just try to find someone to sell it to, right? What happens if I just find someone to sell it to? It was an adventure. I learned a lot, and I can just be done with it. I don't have to have an attachment to it. But so new ideas were landing today. It wasn't even a 24-hour period. New ideas are landing. I'm still willing to surrender it. I still have that, like, okay, it's okay. It's okay if this is a flop. Like, I don't have a business flopping does not affect my self-esteem at all. There's no way my self-esteem is affected if a business flops. Why? Well, luckily I was raised by, I wasn't raised, I was when I was learning about business, I was very influenced by Tony Robbins. And Tony Robbins teaches you what is your definition of success. And then you write down, it's a great game to play, so go ahead and play it. What is your definition of success? I have to be successful if, and then write down what your beliefs are. And then what is your definition or beliefs about failure? I'm a failure if, and write it down. Right? And so I realized for me, because I'm a natural entrepreneur, I have started so many businesses that have failed. You would be shocked if you knew all the businesses that I have started that have failed. But so this would be my first one that's failing at this age. I haven't had a failed business in a really long time. But if it shows up, it's okay, because my definition of failure is I can only fail if I don't learn something from the experience. So I intentionally use my beliefs to not have it destroy my self-esteem or my self-value or my self-worth. So even if I have to pull this thing, even if this business is a fail, even if I take a financial loss from the business, I don't feel like a failure because my belief system supports, hey, I learned something, I got something, there have been treasures in this experience, and it's okay. Like, it's okay. It's just time and it's just money. It's not worth my emotional stress. It's not worth my disappointment. It's not worth my frustration and disappointment, I guess is the best word. It's not worth it. Like nothing gets to get that much power in my life. Nothing and no one gets that kind of power over me. So if it's a financial loss, if it's a time loss, that's okay, right? That's okay, because I have so many treasures inside of me that I would rather be focusing on what is rewarding me, what is growing, what is profitable, what is benefiting me, than to be focusing in an area that, they say, you have a cup, and if the cup has a hole in it, and you just keep pouring your focus, you're pouring in your energy, you're pouring your thoughts, you keep trying to figure out a way to get this bucket with a hole in it to not have a hole in it. Well, there's a hole in it. So maybe you just need to surrender. Maybe you need to toss away the bucket. Maybe you need to get a new bucket. These are all symbolic metaphors of how are you spending your energy. And if you are at rock bottom, if you have hit an area, some part of your life where it's stuck, you're frustrated, you might be at rock bottom, what can you do? Surrender. Surrender and look at your beliefs. Does this thing, does this topic, does this experience, does this define your self-value, your self-esteem? And if you do feel embarrassed that it's not working out, if you do feel shameful it's not working out, that's your choice. Your beliefs, your choice. So the only way I can feel shameful if this business is a total flop and I end up making no money off of it, and I just take a big financial loss, the only way I can feel ashamed or embarrassed is if my beliefs align and agree that I should feel embarrassed and ashamed. And my beliefs don't align and agree with that. I control my beliefs. I have the power to control what I choose to believe, and I choose to believe that I am an infinite, intelligent, powerful being, and I was led to do this business. And at this now moment, it doesn't look like it was a good idea, but I still trust me, and I still trust the positive things that have come out of it, and I'm still moving forward. Maybe I created it just to help me realize once you know something is going in the negative, it's going in the wrong direction, and you keep funneling energy there, you keep funneling, ooh, I just got a hit. There's a person in my life that I keep funneling energy into that has a hole in it. Oh, that is so fascinating, right? So the business mirroring this relationship I have with this person that I keep funneling my energy into, and it's depleting, and the results are not mutually beneficial. The results, I am gifting more, it's draining me. And I'm an infinite, powerful, intelligent being. I can choose to focus. I can choose to focus on something else. So I wanted to tell you there's a game to play, and it's called the I Choose game. And it sounds really simple, but when you're frustrated and upset, it's hard to play. So I want to tell you how to play the game, and then invite your family or invite your friends, invite your children to play the game with you. So if you are feeling really stuck, if you are feeling rock bottom, if you are feeling frustrated, you can jump into the I Choose game. And it can just give you some space. It can just start to change the vibration, the frequency. You're not trying to solve it. You're not trying to fix it. You're just playing a game. And we know games are one of the fastest, easiest ways to flip our vibration, to change our set point, so then we can see the picture differently, right? So if you're really narrow in your focus, if you have a really narrow focus and you're feeling stuck and contracted and confined, if you just can open up your focus by a game or by elevating your, if you're in a really tight area and you just rise above it from an aerial view, it looks different, so then you can show up different. So here's the game, and the game was created, there's some guy, I wrote it down and now I don't have the paper with me, something White Claw is some guru that created this game. And he does a meditation called the Land of Plenty. So if you want to try to find him, it's the Land of Plenty meditation. And apparently you do the meditation, which I haven't done, but my friend has done it. And then she is teaching me the game, which we always play games all day, every day. And then the game is I choose. I choose. I choose to have a great day. I choose to look at this differently. I choose to stop looking at this so I can get excited about other things. I choose to put my energy on this topic. I choose to go for a ride. I choose to notice what is working. I choose to really appreciate the systems that I do have that are really successful and functioning. I choose to feel proud of myself right now. I choose to feel great that I am so adventurous that when I get a hit to try or do something, I trust it and I do it. I love, oopsie, that's not a choose, right? Like, oh, I start to get, then you start to get, but like, so it's just, I choose to focus on this. I choose to notice this. I choose to put my attention here. I choose to, and it's directing you to realize, don't be a victim of your thoughts. Don't be a victim of the situation. Be the director, be the controller of the situation by choosing where are you going to put your thoughts? Where are you going to put your focus? Isn't that so fun? The I choose game. I choose to love myself. I choose to know I'm worthy. I choose to find the value in this situation. I choose to keep moving forward. I choose to feel satisfaction. I choose to be grateful. I choose to be proud of the type of person I am, the bravery I have, the fearlessness I'm able to hold. I choose to be in gratitude. I choose to be thankful to the business that's not working. I choose to know that the business that's not working has information for me. I choose to know that the business that's not working is here for my growth. I am going to learn something. I choose to learn something from this. I choose to evolve from this situation. I choose. Play the I choose game. It helps you flip it. It helps you just change your mindset. So if you're at rock bottom, these are some tools and tips. And remember, as a multidimensional being, you don't have to solve anything today. Like when we get stuck in things, it just feels so intense. And in that intensity, we can't find the answers. In that intensity, we can't receive the downloads. Your multidimensional self is gifting you with downloads, new thoughts, new ideas, new people. And when you're feeling constricted, tight, and stuck, you most likely can't hear, receive, or perceive them. So just know, like, time is on your side. Time is your friend. It's okay you're stuck right now. It's okay you're at rock bottom right now. Rock bottom is not permanent. Rock bottom is a temporary situation for you to learn some new things, for you to surrender and open up some new doors. Maybe they're windows, maybe they're stuck windows that have been locked. And by you releasing, just opening up and releasing, maybe you're able to crack open a window. You can invite in the support, you can invite in the help, and you can just surrender. I choose to surrender. I choose not to make such a big deal about this. I choose to let it go. I choose to focus on things that are working. I choose to be grateful for the businesses that I have that are so fun, so profitable, so successful. I choose to feel really good. I choose. Thanks for listening.